Okay, hello everyone. I'm Alex. I'm a product designer on the knowledge team, and we are in charge of Wiki, GitLab pages, GLQL, and text editors. Today, I want to talk about links. We share links constantly in GitLab and issues, merge requests, Wiki pages, Figma files. But what actually happens after you paste a link? Let me show you. So I have a collection of links here. So right now, if you go to the rich text editor, when you paste a GitLab link, you get display options if you click on it. So we have the ID, title, and summary. Now, let's look what summary do. Here you go. So what you see, it's not actually a summary, is it? It's just more like metadata. And I suppose the expectation here is that you will see what that issue is actually about, like a little bit of snippet or a description, but that's not what we show here, is it? And it actually gets a little bit worse. If you link a comment, nothing changed. We have the display options, but it's exactly the same. And also, a funny thing here is that if I press comment right now, you can hover over this link and you can see a snippet of that comment. So we already have that content. Why we still make user hover over to see it instead of just showing it? And then the wiki page is also, there's no display options at all. So we have like a very inconsistent behavior across the content types. And one option that should give you the summary, it doesn't. So this came up in a user research we did when we were running the UX scorecard for the knowledge team. User told us it would be much more efficient if the link show here the relevant content instead of a URL. So we were planning like, how can we fix this, right? So the solution could be rich links. Let me show you like some early concept designs here. The idea, it's very simple. You paste a link in the editor, it recognizes what that content type is and give you the correct display options. So here I paste a Figma link in the editor and it showed me the display options here, the URL, just a plain link for when you don't need much information. Then we have a card, which will show you a little bit of more information, last updated time, who created it, a thumbnail of the design. And we also have the embed, which will show you the whole thing, right? It's an inline. You can review that design right here. You can zoom in, zoom out. This is really useful. All right. And we only recognize links like Figma, YouTube, GitLab objects. If you paste something like a generic link like google.com, for example, it will just stays as a normal link. So here is the proposal. What if we replace summary with card? Here's an example of internal GitLab link with the card option. So the card does what the summary is supposed to do, right? Show you what something actually is. And this could be consistent across content types. And also for comments, this card can actually show the snippet For wiki pages, we can also display options that we don't have today. And we already shipped the iframe embedding for Figma and YouTube, and it's people are trialing right now. It's on dog fooding. So this work, it's about making that more discovery and giving users more control over how links are displayed. That's the direction, and I would love perspective. It's very early. There's like a lot of use cases that I'm still considering, as you can see here. But I do have questions before you guys ask me questions. The first one is, does this interaction feel right? Showing options when you paste a link. And second one, what will be the content types that matters more for you and your team? That's it. You guys have questions?
Yeah. First question of many. What kind of pain points do people have with inserting links? And this one is more about a presentation, but is there like, I know that sometimes when you do like exclamation mark, you can like look up merge requests and stuff like that. Will we have something similar for, of course, not some third party iframe like Figma, but you showed some wiki links in there. Like, is there going to be equivalent lookup on like wiki pages or recently viewed stuff, but presented in one of these things?
Yeah,
And then my other points were more around like cards to replace summary is like I use summary in a bulleted list, but like if I was to use a card, it actually wouldn't work for me because it's too big. So like an issue in a card in a list makes no sense to me. It's different than when I do bullet points. So I was wondering if you've explored other options around that, different, more, like even more embedded modes. Yeah.
yeah, that's good. Good. So let's start with your second question, right? Like, why do you actually use summary? Why don't you use title or ID instead?
Oh, because it has like sometimes this which milestone it's gonna be done in. So then, yeah, that's
Yeah,
basically it.
okay.
Partly this is like pre GLQ behavior, right? Like the summary is a very limited version of GLQ, as in like the use case scenario. It's like, oh, this is the work I'm gonna be doing here. The other times that other than that, I would just use the plus sign. So what is that, title or yeah, that would be
Title.
the title one.
ID.
So I use
I think
title
that's
all the
title.
time. I use
Yeah,
that
yeah.
within paragraphs and stuff like that. But summary, yeah, use much less. But then, yeah,
Okay. Yeah, well, like, this is an early exploration. We don't want to deprecate completely summary. It's my observation that the content we display at summary, we can display also on cards. If we, I think the first thing, maybe we can check how people have been using this. That's something I didn't do it yet. And if we notice that there's a lot of usage, or there would be, we can maybe run this on beta and see how people will behave. Or if there's maybe more options we could add like a chip option, for example, where we display the same information we have in description, but we call something else, because I think the description label is misleading here. And your first question was about um, how, can you repeat that first question? How we
yeah.
how we came
Uh,
up with this
I,
problem.
I know. I think my question's out of scope. You can skip it because mine was about like finding the links to insert, which is not the scope of this conversation. So
Okay,
you can ignore it. Don't worry about it.
but
There's other
I can
questions.
give you.
There's other questions for you down from other people.
Okay,
I'd rather you
okay, cool.
focus on.
Yeah, I just want to comment that this work started with the UX scorecard. where today is very difficult to link wiki pages with work items. The only way it's if you type 2 times, then you can see the wiki pages. It is very, very confusing, and that's how we originated these discussions on linking.
I have the next question, which is quite a basic one. I wonder what is a summary? Because I think to me, summary is more than the metadata that's shown there, but also maybe like a truncated text or like a one-liner or two-liner about what the issue is about. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the summary is super misleading. Um, I was also expecting that when I display summary, I would see a little bit of what that link is about, right? Not just metadata.
Yeah, maybe that's an opportunity down somewhere in the future. Like Duo can give us like a 1 or 2 line summaries of what that issue is about. I think that may be helpful.
Yeah, yeah, that would be good. That would be good. Then we can display this in different formats.
I think Marcel has the next question or comment.
Oh, it was answering one of the questions you said, what do you think the paste options? And I do like that. Um, I do struggle a little bit with pasting URLs in general in the forms in GitLab because sometimes I've pasted the wrong link. So I'll go and I'll highlight that link and then I'll try to paste the new one and then it'll turn that link into a link and then and so you've got to delete it and unless you can maybe you can disable it. So I am a little bit worried about how all of those like the formatting things will interact with each other because there's a lot of options in there in the text box. And for the other question, I do use the plus option a lot to get the extra detail, but I never use the summary one. And I do get frustrated with that point that you brought up about the comments not working when you've used the extra options, because I do really like that you can hover over and you can see the comment, but if you put a plus at the end, then it doesn't work anymore. Um, and it does remind me of like in Slack and other tools where if you paste in a link, it gives you the option to put the little card or summary or whatever you want to call it, the expanded link in Slack, which I do like, and I do like having the option of choosing, okay, this time I do want to show it, this time I don't want to show it. So yeah, I like the proposal. It probably does, like you said, need some more checking, but I definitely think it's worth following.
Nice. Thank you, Marcel.
I also just had answers to the like how we use it rather than questions, which is basically it works exactly how I would expect it to in the demo that you've shown based on how I've used other tools. But in my current usage, I'm not sure when I would use a card. Similar to what Marcel said, I use the plus almost exclusively, and I'm basically always in the plain text editor. So I like it. It looks how I expect it to. I'm not sure when I would find myself using it.
Yeah, interesting. I think like this maybe for now will be more directly to people that use rich text editor. I don't know how this interaction would work for the plain text editor. I didn't think about it yet, but that's a good feedback, something we could explore a little bit more. Cool, cool. All right.